The Disturbing Story of Meowbah by Royalties here channel. Yeah, let's watch it.
Did begin to flash through your brain unsolicited. There are a few names I can think of that produce said reaction, like, for example, Chris Chan, the person who's been known throughout the internet for decades and someone that has had multiple disgusting stories surround him, like the time he took a shot of Fanta mixed with his own genetic code.
No.
And obviously, even more disgusting and concerning, the story about what
how low it was before the Sonichu
he did to his elderly mother, of which he was arrested for in 2021, but was released 2 years later and is still somewhat active on the internet.
Of course, how can I forget that?
The team that wins the Super Bowl shall be the team that has earned it. It has been predetermined by divine fate and goodness.
Solitude medallion. It's should Ameris Willwood fan donated 199 true super chat. That Chris, what's your opinion on Rainbow Dash Jar? What the fuck?
Rainbow Dash Jar? I don't consciously know what that is, but it sounds like it could be a jar with a picture of Rainbow Dash on it.
He also apparently left a cast behind where
Something to it. I can't stand it.
if you wear his Sonichu medallion, it will leak gamma radiation that somehow ruins your life in one way or another. Another name in this
That's fucking cursed.
category is EDP, a creator that was loved and very popular in 2020 with over 1 million subscribers on his main channel. And around this time, he was heavily incorporated into meme culture.
I mean, it's alright.
Oh man, like we cannot deny the internet is horrible in many ways, but come on, watching this local's existence, it's I cannot deny that makes me a lot happy sometimes.
Like overrated.
But who the fuck is
in my
Meowbah?
opinion, I mean,
Only for his entire legacy to fall apart in 2021 when he tried to meet up with someone he thought was underage, only to be met by 2 dudes with a camera that were there to expose him for trying to meet up with someone underage, and his impeccable excuse at the time was he was just there for a cupcake.
well, I was actually out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
If you couldn't tell, he did not pass the persuasion check, and the people recording him obviously didn't believe him, and he quickly lost everything. He was rightfully abandoned by his fans, and YouTube ended up deleting his channel shortly after. But he apparently didn't learn his lesson because he was supposedly caught again trying to do the same thing 2 years later.
How many times do we have?
Of course, because these doesn't. Oh my god, these people that have this mind sickness, these demon incarnated people, they don't have a fixing. You need a permanent solution to them. Because this is what happens when we let them be. They do again and again and again and again. And this is the only time that he was called after that. Imagine what else that he might that he might be done. I'm sorry. Imagine whatever else that he might have done, all this time that it passed like unnoticed, and no one actually knows that he did something, you know?
I have to teach you this lesson, old man!
I love the young people.
And let's not forget the situation involving fecal matter pictures. I guess another name would be that one Austrian painter that Instagram Reels users love so dearly. Or maybe the guy that owned an island. However, there is one more name that I would add to that list, and it's one that you might not have heard for a while, especially since they haven't really garnered the same attention since their year-long run of rage baiting and borderline psychotic posts that made their name so infamous. But the name of the person I'm loosely referring to is Meowbah. Someone that was a VTuber, or more specifically,
Why cute VTuber becomes like... I mean, probably she did something horrible, right? I'm guessing.
a PNG tuber, equipped with a high-pitched voice and, to say the least, was somewhat controversial.
Could you be Apple in a bite? Of course Meow could! Meowbah!
Before I go down, I want to tell Meowbah something.
Meowbah?
Meow will get on your neck and make you not breathe anymore.
Bruh.
Does Meow feel
What
about
the-
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures? Meow got bored after the first season. Genuinely one of the worst animes out there.
Take that back, you fucking swat! You may remember them if
The first season of JoJo? I think it was pretty nice. What the fuck is she saying?
you were active on platforms like YouTube and TikTok around July of 2022. Due to one specific disgusting thing they did, which we'll talk about more in depth later, but it involved a very popular creator's death, and Meowbah straight after their death would draw not safe for work art of their 2D persona in that creator's coffin, doing things to their body. This rightfully caused outrage at the time, as this creator was, and still is, a very beloved person, and a lot of people were significantly impacted after their death. So obviously after seeing something so disgusting almost straight after this person had just passed away, they would respond quite negatively to this post, condemning her and what she had just done, but at the same time their reactions were making her more popular, which would eventually provide her with a platform where she would continue to farm outrage, and even recently she proved she did not learn anything from this event I just described, because she produced and published a
Because obviously, like these people, they are always terrible. They are always terrible with victims, and they are always good and amazing to the people that are actually evil. That's how these people minds work. It's all on the contrary.
similar art piece, but this time of the late musician Oliver Tree.
I kind of forgot who is Technoblade, but isn't that guy that I think it was Minecraft streamer or something like that, and he died of some disease. I don't know if it's cancer or something, and the channel is still up though, or some shit like that, and she said something horrible about him. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Who at the time of this video only passed away 3 weeks ago. Yes, this person would most definitely be a competent contender for the worst VTuber, or at least the worst PNG tuber. But they don't just stop at the dead, they've apparently done pieces on living individuals, like one they posted recently of Balaki, so there truly is no low they won't stoop to in order to farm rage bait and attention. There's actually a lot of similar and worse things they've done, which we're going to go over in this video. But throughout all of these events that I've already described, that I assure you are just the tip of the iceberg, they still have a presence on most platforms, and they actually have people that actively support them, and they even have their own religion. But before we get into any of that, who is Meowbah and where did she
Their
come
own
from?
religion.
You in Ohio Skibbity Sigma with W Baby Gronk Kai Sinat ISO Speed Riz. Can you please stop asking these dumb questions?
So Meowbah made her first appearance in March of 2022 on the TikTok platform. Not much is known about her, probably because I don't think the things she's done in recent years she would want people to know her identity, because she'd probably wake up to a pipe bomb in her mailbox or something. There has been multiple
what the
occasions where pictures apparently showing what she looks like were released online, on top of the theory that Meowbah isn't actually a female and it's a man controlling and uploading the content, with this theory mainly coming from when a fake face reveal was uploaded to an also non-official Meowbah YouTube channel, where a guy admits to being Meowbah at the peak of her relevance, but this was just the Roblox YouTuber Willin, and he was apparently scammed into letting the fake account use
Would you mind if I use your face for something? No, I won't mind, Limao. Can I get the YouTuber's rule? I mean, the yellow? What the fuck? I'm not sure what's going on
him
anymore.
for a face reveal video, but it hasn't been confirmed if any of this is true, if her face has been leaked previously, or if she is in fact a guy. The only thing supposedly known about her, and that is a strong use of the word supposedly, is that she is 22 years old, her actual name is said to be Zoe, and she is unfortunately from Australia.
If you're a fucking fair dinkum fucking full-grown Aussie, this is what you'd have for breakfast.
Okay, I don't know to what this meme is related, but it's probably Australia.
Breakfast, you fucking dog nuts. A fucking VB long neck at 20 to 8 in the fucking morning.
But on her official website, it contradicts that information.
Meow is white but born in Africa and currently live in Japan. Ni hao? What the fuck? Japan? Ni hao? Ni hao is China. Meow has autism, ADHD, Tourette's. This is what she typed about herself. So obviously she's lying about everything. Yeah, she's like the fucking liberal tard that has a collection of diseases. Yeah. Proud survivor of COVID, unvaccinated. Very nice, pure blood. Okay, yeah, that is what she said.
By saying she was born in Africa, not Australia, and that she currently lives in Japan, which I guess may be true, or once again, it's an attempt to hide actual information about herself, but that is all we apparently know about her. Anyway, as said, Meowbah made her start as a self-proclaimed porcelain doll cat girl PNG tuber in March of 2022 on TikTok. And a month later, she would start making content on YouTube where she would basically just re-upload her TikToks that commonly consisted of her PNG model talking with Minecraft gameplay in the background.
Hi there, Migo-chan. Welcome to Meow's PNG tuber introduction. Meow's name is Meowbah. Please call Meow Meow. Meow talks in third person. Please use she, Meow.
Pull the trigger! Let's go shoot me!
Coincidentally, around this time, this format was quite popular, and no, I'm not referring to myself
Okay,
here.
yes.
I am not a PNG tuber. I am not a VTuber.
No, you are a PNG tuber. You are. Before you was just an image, a static image. Now you moves your mouth. You're evolving. You're a PNG tuber. You know, you're not just static anymore. Your mouth moves. You're a PNG tuber. Over.
I am not a furry. Go kick rocks and go fuck yourself. But PNG tubers were popping up at an alarming rate around this time, and most of them almost always followed the same formula of either reading their comment section or some random Reddit story with Minecraft parkour gameplay in the back.
I keep saying every video that I react of his that he one day will become a VTuber. He started like static, and now the mouth moves, which means he's already a PNG tuber. He's evolving. He'll end up being a birdie VTuber.
Background. And the reason for
It
this
is
was down
his
to one
destiny.
PNG tuber that popularized that exact format around that time, with that being Jellybean. Someone who got a significant amount of attention creating the exact content I just described.
Minecraft, but if I die in the game, I die in real life. Alright, this honestly shouldn't be very hard.
What the fuck? It has to be retarded TikTok content, right?
All I have to do is get diamonds and I win.
For context, yes, whilst Jellybean was the most popular example of a PNG tuber, she was also the most hated, usually because of how loud and energetic she was.
I've made a huge mistake. So the other day I said if I hit 100k members, I would stream Just Dance in a Teletubby costume and a maid dress. You know,
It was actually a YouTube meta back in 2022 to farm Jellybean videos talking about how annoying you thought she was, and these videos would always do so well because people hated them that much, even though at the time she was just a kid doing kid things and most definitely didn't deserve the metric ton of liquid excrement she got thrown at her. But in the present day, she's doing very well. She didn't fall off or let the hate stop her from making content. She did change her style to more live stream and long form videos, and she doesn't see anywhere near the amount of hate she saw at her start. However, another PNG tuber directly inspired by the attention Jellybean received at her peak in 2022 was Meowbah, who made her debut on TikTok in March of 2022. And with a new account and new presence on a platform, you would think she'd at least give it a bit before she started going balls to the wall with the so-called controversial posts. You know, maybe ease into it a little, but she didn't. She came out swinging in her first few videos.
Part 2. Are you homo? Meow's a fag. Meow likes all genders. Abba, opinions on Jellybean's face? Super cool! Shout out to the
Oh my. Super kawaii? Super kawaii? That shit? I'm sorry. That lovely human being with hair colored Democrat piece of shit.
plus size community. Do you think there should be more diversity in anime? Hashtag Black Queens! Absolutely! Here are some of Meow's inclusive BLM Black edits.
Even though Meowbah's content was mainly responding to TikTok comments,
Yeah, hey, see that is Meowbah is another piece of shit. Like I saw that very clearly already long ago. But can't she stop getting
with
worse?
Minecraft parkour in the background, she quickly picked up traction due to her odd comments, high-pitched voice, and quirky personality, to say the least.
Meowbah, will you give me the chance to smell your toilet seat after a massive shit?
Oh my god,
knock yourself
man.
out!
Meowbah would manage to reach over 1 million followers on TikTok only a month after starting in April. However, at the same time, she also started getting a lot of flack for some of the language and humor she used in her usual TikToks. And she would see said backlash that some of her videos were receiving and would actually issue an apology. But obviously, Meowbah being Meowbah, this wasn't just a normal apology.
Konnichiwa, everybody. Meow just wanted to make a quick video to apologize to the disabled fandom. Meow did not realize that our slur was a slur used against mentally challenged people. Meow promises never to say that word again. I hope the disabled fandom feels better soon. I forgot to.
Yeah, she's a lot worried, like talking and saying all of this while eating. So eating like a, a pork or something, eating like a pig, like that.
This obviously wasn't an honest apology, and it would only be the start, because probably after noticing the attention
Yeah, it was so profound.
she got from this, she would continue to make content that angered certain groups, with her next controversial upload targeting religion, more specifically Islam, by saying she could beat Allah in a fight, which a lot of people took offense to.
Could you beat Allah in a fight? Of course Meow could! Meowbah!
And after seeing the backlash this post generated, which was fucking horrendous by the way, a lot of people hated her for this, but instead of a non-sincere apology in response, this time she would laugh that she is now herself Muslim, and she would also claim that her and Allah supposedly worked things out, which probably as intended just added more fuel to the fire.
Meowbah, are you Muslim?
What the fuck?
Yeah, can't you tell by the hijab? Silly Billy! Mashallah! What do you do with Ramadan Day? Meow wakes up and starts praying to Allah. Oh, Allah Habibi, please, God Meow God. Hey, Meow! Inshallah. Meowbah, what are your thoughts on
What the?
Allah? You'll be happy to hear that Meow Allah worked out our differences. So, the Allah lovers can calm down now.
This wouldn't be the last time Meowbah did something controversial surrounding religion. It's something she would repeat multiple times, in fact. Probably because she knew she had found a goldmine when it came to a subject that no matter what would result in a negative reaction and attention. And it recently escalated to the point where she desecrated a Quran in a very disgusting way and then uploaded the whole thing for everyone to see, but we'll talk about that later. She did also create her own religion during this period called Meowism, which I guess is supposed to sound like autism, where the members of this religion are supposed to worship her.
Oh no, man, no. No.
As a god.
If you believe and pray to Meowbah each night, you can become one with the Meowers. Meowbah basically needs to do what did to become leader to achieve greatness. Exactly.
Also, in the same post she made about Islam, she also said something about the Ukraine and Russia war, saying Russia was justified in starting the war.
Meow 2 to 9. What is your opinion on the Russian invasion on Ukraine? Meow personally believes Russia had a reason for it. Russia did what it needed to do.
And let's not forget the so-called high melanin Meowbah she had around Black History Month or something. She started her own Discord server around the time all these events happened, which was then raided with thousands of people of all ages, where it was spammed with
What the fuck are you talking about, Dojilo?
explicit messages and not safe for work material, and because the server didn't have an age limit, there was kids in there as well. It was also said that Meowbah was regularly posting things like slurs in the server, and people also apparently posted her full docs in there as well. In response, we get another apology where she blames a lot of this on the fact she left most of the moderation to the absolute Chad Carlbot.
Chan. Now just wanted to apologize for the destruction of Meow's Discord server yesterday. Meow did not set up a proper system and left all the moderation in Carlbot's hands, which did not go well. Discord was spammed with very icky, gross, illegal stuff.
Right, there are always like so gross like sounds when she speaks, like in this sorry, like I mean I know it's all on purpose, but it's really, really annoying.
And Meow was very committed to Meow's little meowings that were exposed to it. Meow wants a happy server environment and has made a new server. Also apologize for saying bad words in Meow's.
She's like Frogan, always eating like insufferable fat does? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't watch Frogan, but it might be the same. I mean, Frogan is just a fraud.
Discord chat.
Yeah, once again, not a real apology, but some of her fans at the time would still try and support her and tell her, oh, everything's okay, we still love you, only to be quickly executed in the same comment section of said apology video. I don't think she ever commented or confirmed the validity of the supposed docs that was posted to that server, but the whole server was quickly deleted anyway, and she created a new one straight after. But all of these events that happened back to back wouldn't really have any negative effects for Meowbah. If anything, she was only gaining, and her trolls were working. She was getting more attention than ever, and she was known far and wide. And as said, some people actually enjoyed her content or edgy humour and supported her. However, there was one troll or stunt she did that many viewed as way too far and disgusting. It was even too much for some of the people that were supporting her up to that point, and said event was what she did after the passing of Technoblade.
But instead, Meow wants to apologize for all the disrespectful things Meow has done. Meow never meant to hurt anyone. Meow has bipolar disorder and DID.
Now, it would be an understatement to say the
Yes,
YouTuber
has the whole
Technoblade was
backers.
quite popular, because he was one of, if not the most popular Minecraft YouTubers that inspired and entertained millions with his videos. And millions would also mourn him when he passed on the 30th of June 2022 at the young age of 23, after a long battle with sarcoma, which is a rare and aggressive cancer that targets the bones and soft tissue. And when the news eventually broke that he did pass away, many would take to platforms to express their sadness and the fact we had just lost a very talented creator, from his fellow YouTubers to his millions of fans, and still to this day, a lot of people post tributes for his passing. However, a month after he passed, when a majority of the internet was still mourning him, Meowbah on the other hand would take this as an opportunity for one of her most infamous trolls, or stunts I guess, where she would produce and publish a picture of her doing explicit things to Technoblade's body in a casket. This obviously would result in widespread
Oh my
outrage,
God,
as almost the
man.
entire Minecraft community flooded
Why?
her comment
Why?
section.
It's like I say, some people just do literally everything. They don't care if they will be badly seen by others. They don't give a shit. They will just do whatever they want just to get the visibility, the attention, the money. You know? Meowbah is one of these, clearly.
Responding negatively to what she had posted. One individual was so upset by this, in retaliation, they drew their own art of Meowbah hanging from a ceiling fan. Obviously, you should never fight fire with fire in these situations, or feed the trolls, or even stoop down to their level, but this is just one of said strong reactions around this event. And this whole thing was a very talked about subject, because if you didn't know about Meowbah and the controversial things she posted about before, you definitely did now. She continued to farm the attention by doubling down a month later when the fallout of the main event had simmered a little bit by posting a video of herself mounting a Technoblade plushie and making certain remarks.
Oh, Technoblade. Who's my little cancer patient?
That's so evil, man. That's so freaking evil. That's so freaking evil.
Techno. Oh, I love your rotting body.
Clearly, this was once again an attempt to reignite the hatred and attention surrounding her, and yes, it worked, but this time apparently not without consequences, because shortly after, Meowbah's main account on TikTok with over 1 million followers would be banned. Yes,
Whores are literally soulless.
this was finally the end of Meowbah. She had lost everything, went completely broke. She was homeless and lived out the rest of her life on a farm somewhere in the hellhole that is France. Obviously, and unfortunately, that wasn't the case. She would return to TikTok a few months later with a new account, posting an apology saying she's sorry for everything she did, using the excuse she has BPD and DID or something, and then she goes on a massive LARP tangent about how she was doing this all for us because the neighboring galaxy Andromeda is going to destroy the Milky Way and she's going to ascend to Meow Heaven to sacrifice herself to save humanity. Yes, in usual Meowbah fashion, this was not an actual apology.
Yeah, as expected.
Meow hasn't returned to cause trouble or anything, but instead now wants to apologize for all the
Your existence caused trouble at this point already.
disrespectful things Meow has done. Meow never meant to hurt anyone. Meow has bipolar disorder.
And the crazy thing is that she kept doing it like for all this long, the very same bullshit, and people fall for it. I'm, you know, the craziest thing that I think is that how people can keep coming back to her. How can she keep like having audience? Do this shit like who actually is still watch her? What the fuck? What? This is, you know. We having people in society that watches Meowbah explains a lot like how fucking doomed we are. Well, why society actually cannot be a good place again ever, you know, ever, because we have a lot of people watching Meowbah.
Disorder and DID, so many of Meow's actions were actually Meow's system alters. Sorry. That was one of Meow's tics. Meow also suffers severe religious trauma, which made Meow lash against Allah and other believers. This was unacceptable for Meow to do. Meow also apologizes for the title of my art video.
Yeah, I bet that there is like worse terrible content out there, Dojulo, but I don't think I remember any other content creator besides her, at least that I know up until now, that were actually made fun of so much that people or disabled people like she done, like so easy like that, so intentionally like that. So, you know, so I don't think I ever saw that, okay? We've seen like more graphic stuff, like, you know, even more on X. I bet we do. But this type of stuff, at least that I know, I only know her.
Meow suffers really.
Hello, Dreambird.
Meow can't help it. As a way of giving back to you all, Meow's returning up above to Meowbah. Within the next 3 years, our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda, will destroy the Milky Way. And as Meowbah, god of the Milky Way, god of Meow's, god of the Earth, Meow will sacrifice.
Within the same video, in the background, apart from the delusional rambling, you can see she's on top of a building, which many assumed was her hinting she was going to attempt suicide, and this was only more evidence
I adopt that.
In her following post, where she made a video saying she got a lot of hate comments on her previous post and she is now in the hospital, and the comments she was referring to were people basically telling her to follow through with the actions she was hinting at within the video, because she was still being criticized for the things she had posted prior. But once again, fighting fire with fire and telling someone to follow through with these types of things never benefits anyone, to be honest. But it's still unclear if Meowbah did attempt something and was actually mentally struggling, or if this was just another troll. And this is often a common symptom when all you do is post rage bait and controversial videos, because at that point people cannot
No one believes in her anymore. And I actually think she's lying again, in my opinion.
take you seriously or differentiate if you're actually being sincere and you are struggling, or once again, if this is just you doing your usual thing. But judging from her activity around this time, more specifically the fact she apparently kept privating and unprivating her accounts whenever she received waves of backlash for her actions, so it's not entirely impossible that the hate was getting to her in some way, but that still, even if true, doesn't entirely clear her of accountability for the things she did and the constantly escalating events that would occur after. Towards the end of 2022, the attention surrounding Meowbah would die down. She lost her main account with millions of followers, which even to this day she hasn't fully recovered from, and PNG tubers like Jellybean weren't as hated as they were earlier on in the year, so people talked about them less, leading Meowbah to fade somewhat into obscurity. And in the years that followed, whenever her name was brought up, it was often met with surprise that they were still posting, because most had completely forgotten about them. And I can almost guarantee some motherfucker in the comments has already typed Meowbah, haven't heard that name in years, with multiple smoking emojis or something. She would have a few temporary spikes in popularity here and there as she continued to post her usual content. It was mainly the same gold mine she had hit countless times before, either involving religion or posting NSFW art pieces of other creators, dead or alive. I think she even did one involving Queso of all people.
I don't know who is this Kazel. I have no idea who he is.
But all around,
He died too? What happened with him?
she was not getting the attention she had seen in previous years. So probably after seeing she was getting less attention, she would attempt to slowly escalate her rage baiting and trolling. In one case in 2024, she collaborated and became somewhat involved with the infamous Bella the Wolf, someone that has the same, if not worse, reputation than Meowbah. She also had a religion about herself. She also had a
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, does it stop getting worse, right? Because of course it has to get
history
worse.
of posting intentional rage bait, and she apparently doxed a 10-year-old's phone number, which led to said 10-year-old to be harassed. There is apparently a whole host of other things she has done, so this was basically a match made in heaven. But said match wouldn't last for long, because they would have a falling out after Meowbah supposedly discovered that people associated with Bella had been doing some very illegal things involving minors, and Meowbah didn't want to support that, so she broke ties and made a
So this other Bella thing is worse than her? What the fuck?
whole ass documentary on her alt channel exposing her for this. Obviously, this is Meowbah, so take everything with a grain of salt, but I can't get my head around the fact this is basically the worst person you can imagine making a good point or potentially doing some good. Like, I did not see that twist coming in the storyline. But even if her claims were factually correct, whatever positive rep she had just gained, she would lose down the line, because this somewhat positive character arc wouldn't last for long. And this was due to her next stunt, since she wasn't getting the attention she received in her heyday, and the topics she used for her rage bait weren't as effective as they were previously, so she would have to escalate again, which may have led her to perform her videos not just with the PNG avatar, but with herself in front of the camera, but with her face censored. And that still apparently wasn't enough, leading to her most disturbing arc that I would have never imagined her doing in a million years. Can you guess what she did? Well, there's a few options.
Olaf?
Do you think she A, spat on the Quran, B, vomited on the Quran, C, peed on the Quran, or D, left a fibery log on the Quran?
Wait, all evolve Quran? I really don't know.
Submitted your answer? Well, if you weren't absolutely brain dead, it was C. Yes, she peed on the Quran.
Konnichiwa! It's your true god Meowbah here. And today,
Oh,
Meow's
no
gonna be
fucking way,
asserting
man.
Meow's dominance as the only real religion by peeing on the Quran.
Oh, no
Yay!
fucking way, man.
Look. It's the Quran. Let's do it! Yay! I've played a lot of Fortnite, so hopefully my aim is good.
And then she starts pissing on the Quran, which I obviously can't show you. But this was, as one person put it, the start to her water sports arc, because this wasn't the only time she did it. Her next victim was the Torah.
The Torah! And praise be to the Lord Meowbah!
Is this just a way of promoting our OnlyFans? What's about to happen? What's about to happen? I'm gonna explain what's happening. She's put the book, I don't know what book it is, I think it's the Jewish one, right? And she is literally pissing, like cat style, maybe even doggy style. Rephrase that one. But let's just say she's mentally ill, okay? It's a bit obvious that she's completely mentally fucked.
Yes, she is slowly working her way through the
I don't think, like, again, I think you're taking away the responsibility of these people calling them mentally ill. She's obviously called chasing, but it's not just about that. Like, she does anything for money and for fame, and that's why she's so retarded like that. But I mean, it's not that. I mean, she's intentionally retarded. Yeah, I sorry, I can't come up with better words. But it is clearly all intentional. It's all fabricated. It's all for views, all for money, you know. And some people like her, they don't actually care in going as far as possible. And if they will get the good visibility or bad visibility, they just want to be seen at all costs. Attention seekers. She's an attention whore. She's an attention whore.
religions, I can safely bet that either the Holy Bible or some Buddhist scripture
Thank you,
is
Acro.
next. However, unfortunately, these stunts did work for Meowbah. She saw a bit of a spike in attention around this time, but it still didn't compare to previous years, and it didn't last long. But she continued with the water sports,
Oh,
even
I'm out
recently
of
trying
water. I
to
need to get
relive her
more.
most infamous stunt, because on the 1st of June, it was Technoblade's birthday. You can kind of see where I'm going here. But for those of you that are a bit dumb and put
The
the
water
milk
is
in
empty.
first
The
before the
bottle is
cereal,
empty.
let me explain. On his birthday, she would get a Technoblade plushie and piss on it.
Today, Meow grants him a gift.
Okay, so hey, content now is just peace in everything, right? You just peace in everything. Of course, like I know, like Technoblade's already dead. The things she does, like obviously doesn't directly affect him, but I think it's still too much disrespectful to his fans and the most important of all, like his family, you know, and that's why this is bad, you know. That's not because of him, but because of the people that are still here and that still care, you know. That's why this is evil.
But not just any gift. The gift of golden goodness. Happy birthday, Technoblade.
Fucking devil bitch.
Be preparation.
Oh, Technoblade, you poor defiled creature. Come here. Let Meow make it all better. Boop, boop. Look at you soaked in pee.
Once again, there truly is no low she won't go to at this point, and she's only further enabled by her echo chamber, that is the people in her Discord server and those a part of her religion. She has almost 100,000 people in her Discord server, of which I'm guessing most are
Be a shit poster? Yeah, I mean, she's more of a pee poster now, right? Yeah, it's a terrible joke, yeah. But I mean, she's not a shit poster yet, if you know what I mean.
Kids, and there are some people that actually worship her like a god, which is very disturbing. But speaking about
At
her
least
Discord
yet.
server,
Because I don't doubt that after like this B thing of her, like this B cycle of hers ending, like not getting views and attention anymore, she will probably go to I don't know, a vomiting cycle or a poop cycle. I don't know.
however, there was a Google document dropped recently exposing Meowbah and some of the activity occurring in her Discord server, but as of this video it was taken down, and apparently it was made by Bella the Wolf or someone associated. But once again, the document was taken down, so I can't find any proof that Bella was behind this. All I could find was what I assume is an older document, because it lists Meowbah's age as 21 when she is currently 22. But this document alleges that she's groomed minors into harming themselves, attempted to dox a child, was into incest and necrophilia, and was associated with people that did the same, if not worse things, including, once again, things.
Why we are not throwing her away in the cell and like throw her in the cell and throw away the keys, or the capital punishment.
Involving those underage.
In my opinion, she did enough to deserve that, even though she didn't kill anyone.
The document, I assume, is a bit outdated and needs a bit more evidence to prove some of the claims.
It's not just because about that. It's because like she is an influencer. She influenced a lot of retardeds that watch her into be terrible human beings.
In my opinion, but with the newer document,
and shows to them that that's worth, because I mean, if she can do all of this stuff and go unpunished all the time and gets money with that, what you think that the retarded people that watch her will start to have their mind shaped too, huh?
Before it was taken down, Meowbah would respond to some of the claims. First clarifying she never groomed kids into SH, but she does confirm it happened, with one apparently carving her name.
I'm not reading this shit. I'm not reading this shit because she's not even worth reading this shit like him. She's so disgusting that I'm not even feel like reading this, okay? I wanted to know what it's about, but at the same time, I'm not feeling like reading.
Name into their arm, and another did it so they could get a specific role in her Discord server, of which she said no, but then goes on to say she herself was a victim of grooming, and the person her convinced her to make a role for this on the server, and she also has a history of doing SH, which she said explains that one screenshot of her condoning SH, saying most of this happened while she was blowing up, so she didn't really know how to deal with it, adding these types of events haven't happened since. She then addressed the second accusation, which was she's friends or associated with pedophiles and people that doxed kids, saying that the one mod Momo didn't dox anyone, he was just sharing the phone numbers of people that were texting him weird things, and then people in that server started messaging those people weird things, and the DMs where the same person messaged someone underage for certain pictures was fake, where supposedly even the person that launched the accusations confirmed they were fake. The second person she knew that had similar allegations was banned after they found out he sent an explicit message to someone underage. The next claim was that she made underage people drink milk out of bowls, saying one 22-year-old did it as a joke, but then it became something you had to do to get unbanned from her server, and she continues to say nobody was forced to do it, it was voluntary in order to get unbanned, which in my opinion is still bad that it even was a thing. She clarifies that the punishment was removed after a month and 4 to 5 people actually ended up doing it. The next accusation was drawing NSFWR of those underage, of which she says she never did, and people are commonly referring to hair art of Jellybean, of which she says she drew of her OC for her 18th birthday, even adding they are 6 months apart in age. With the claim of preying on those underage, this was apparently a rumour spread from a fake video by Bella the Wolf, where they had a child impersonate Meowbah saying weird things for a role in a server, and they even apparently admitted to it being fake. And the last accusation is that she posts pictures of her poo in her server, of which she admits to it, and then shares supposed proof in the...
Oh no, I knew that. I knew that. You heard what I said? Did you heard? Like, I said that she would end the pee cycle and would go to vomit or poop cycle. And here we are. Here we are.
The same thread.
Now she's pooping.
I want to blow my shit clean off after reading all of that. In a video game. Maybe. She then gets into an argument.
She will do literally everything for money and attention, for fame or numbers, viewers, whatever. She needs to be stopped because, I mean, what else she will end up like doing? She will end up like unaliving people for the sake of views.
Argument with Bella
I
the
don't
Wolf
doubt
in the
that.
same thread where Bella says her parents failed her. And this is just two mentally ill people fighting who are both as bad as each other, and nobody is a saint here. But all in all, this is still terrible. A lot of these things shouldn't have been happening, and her server shouldn't.
Look at so many retarded have here. Look at so much freaking retarded people have here. Look at this, man. Look at this. How is that possible? How is that possible?
Shouldn't have been an environment where some of these things were happening.
Shit.
Especially the thing with the milk bowl and the poo posting. Why was that a thing when there are supposedly kids in the server? But anyway, that is basically it when it comes to Meowbah in the current day. She is just the same, if not worse, than when she initially blew up on the internet, and in my opinion, she is only going to get worse. She's going to keep escalating her stunts till she gets something equivalent to when she initially blew up, and I'm pretty sure down the line that is going to involve taking a shit on some religious scriptures, because nobody is really stopping her. She's got her echo chamber of support, egging her on and enabling the things she does. But even with all of that said, even with the things she's done recently, a lot of people have still forgotten about her, and I think at this point it's only a matter of time till people completely move on from her and she fades into further obscurity. Well, that or the effects of the Christian medallion will finally catch up to her. But that's just something I remembered and wanted to talk.
What the fuck? Why is he having Sonichu medallion? What the fuck, man? No, Jesus Christ. What the hell is that? What the hell is that, man? So please, after all of this, the least you can do, the least you can do is join my Discord server, okay? Join my Discord server. Be part of the amazing Foxlings community. You have like movie nights, you have like watch parties, you have like gaming nights as well. You'll be notified when I do live streams. So after I have all this suffering, this is the least you can do. You know, this is the least. It's joining my Discord server, okay? Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail Fox Tier member, the Holy Ball, and to all of my 3-tail Fox Tier members, Wallony Wolf, Fanny Sylvie, Eat Himself, Chile Not Serious, Eustace the Useful, Zealous Isaiah, Ala Rosas, Max Tenor, Nugutino, Avery, Halcyonic Eder, and TV8. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone that have been supporting me on Ko-Fi, Kick, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's it for today, my dear Foxlings. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.